Welcome back to the Ladies Night Podcast. Your host Hunter and
Carson, look at us. We're back.
yeah,
We're
it's
here.
been a
We're there.
minute.
Now, I was saying to Hunter, I'm like, I don't think we've recorded in like 2 months, and he's like, I think it's only been a month. And really, neither of us know because we didn't look. But
Exactly.
you know,
We had your finals going on. We
Yep.
kept forgetting.
yep,
I think the last time we went to film, my power was out,
yep,
and I was sick as fuck.
Stuff kept happening, but Hunter's been, keeping up on the little man stuff.
Sure I
which,
have.
Well,
Not really.
kinda.
I did the one.
Yeah, he'd throw one out there for you
But we did
guys.
have the out of context video, which I thought was
we
real good.
We haven't made an episode since we made that, I think. So
Yes.
I think people liked that video. That video did pretty good.
I liked it.
Yeah, I think that video did pretty good. I think it's.
I made that out of whim, and then I was like, "What do you think about this?"
That was pretty funny. I was laughing the whole time. I had to. I was.
It's because we
telling
said a
Hunter
lot
this,
of random ass shit that episode.
Hunter sent it to me before he uploaded it, and he's like, "What do you think of this?" And during that episode, if you've watched it, which you should if you haven't, I'm talking about something, and I'm sitting on my couch while I'm watching it. My sister's like in the room right beside me, or in the living room or something, and I'm talking about how one point when I was younger, I was sitting on the couch in my living room. And my family's around me, and I open up my phone, and it just porn turns on,
Yeah.
right? And it starts playing porn. I'm like, oh shit! And the irony of that is, while I'm talking about that, I'm in the living room sitting on the couch, and she's right beside me listening to that. And I was like,
I just
let me turn down my volume a little
I
bit.
love the beginning. I think it was like, leave a comment if you have hair growing up your cock.
Oh
Really
yeah.
sets the tone for the video.
Oh yeah. I should have left a comment on that, 'cause I do. It's bad. Like I gotta get it waxed or something. It keeps growing back.
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
what the
waxing that shit would be so painful.
You'd have
Those are
to
some
get hard.
sensitive hairs.
You'd have to get hard to get it all.
If
it has to
you're
be stiff.
waxing, I feel like you don't. But like it will
Maybe.
be
I don't think you're gonna
really
get it all.
painful otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the wax
I got-
coats the whole skin no matter what.
You're right. You're right. I don't know. I feel like just it being hard it'd have an easier surface.
It'd be
kinda
easier to
grip 'em
apply
like
the
that.
wax, but you gotta
Yeah.
stay hard the entire time.
Oh, I could do it. Give me some Viagra. I got her done. I get her done. Or one of those fucking rhino pills from the gas station. Let some of them Indian dudes sell me that from the gas station. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Those can't be healthy.
No, probably not. What the fuck was I gonna say?
You're
shit.
gay.
Oh no, I was at the pool yesterday. I went swimming yesterday, and I got this relates to what we were just talking about. I got chest hair, but I don't got a lot of it. I got more hair around my nipples than I do my fucking chest.
Hell
You know
yeah,
what
like
I mean?
a real man.
But I was talking about that to my little sister while we were at the pool. I was like, I'm not insecure about this. I think it just looks funny. I'm like, I need to get it waxed or something. I was like, I don't want to shave
I feel
it
like
'cause
a
it's just
lot
gonna
of
grow
guys are
more.
like that.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know. I was a fat kid growing up, so I always wore a shirt at the pool.
I
And,
started
like,
wearing
I
a shirt because the sunburn was so fucking god awful.
That too. That would be bad. Yeah.
It's not. I don't even fuck with that anymore.
But I don't wear a shirt in the pool now. Usually, I still got some fat on me, but like, I don't care now. But now it's more of just the hairy nipples. I'm like, oh, I don't know if children need to be seeing that. His nipples are a little too hairy. It's a little scary. And she's like, just
a little
wax them.
scary.
Yeah. It looks like snuffleupagus. You know what I mean? If
Nope.
I pull my pants down.
Oh. At the pool
Yeah.
with
yeah,
the kids.
yeah. You gotta get that blue star one way or another. You know what I mean?
You got to get all the medals you can in life.
Exactly. No, snuffleupagus is that big fluffy elephant from Sesame Street.
Ah,
Brown elephant. Best friends with Big Bird.
I know Big
Hunter,
Bird.
Hunter would be Big Bird, and I'd be Snuffleupagus. You know what I mean? I got them hairy nipples.
Sure.
I do, but I was like, I should wax them bitches. I was like, but that's gonna hurt. I'm gonna rip my nipple off. She's like, that's what you'd have to do is wax it. I was like,
I don't
yeah.
think you'd have to wax it. You could carefully wax around the nipple.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Like, get small
That
little
would
wax
be
strips.
funny as hell, though.
Get small little wax
'Cause
strips
it's
and
just
kinda
wax.
around it.
And then your nipple in the middle, perfectly normal.
Yeah. It looked like I don't know what it looked like.
Be quite seductive.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a vagina, but you know, I don't know what
Like
one
a
of those
nipple.
looks like. Yeah,
Have you
Like a
seen
nipple.
anything?
no, I came out of one. That's the last time I seen it. You know what I mean?
Maybe like if your nipples were hard, like a butthole.
Like a
But like
puckered
one
ass.
that one's a little wrong.
Oh yeah.
Something happened and
Oh.
it wasn't right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Been wacky time. The last time I went swimming was with you, Tim, and Michael. So it's been a
At the
minute.
pool?
Yeah.
At the pool. Because we didn't go at all last school year.
No.
No.
Although I
Okay.
think we tried to at times with Michael, but things just wouldn't line up.
Yeah,
Although
fall through or
there
whatever.
was the hot tub Michael was more insistent on, and
Yeah.
I don't like the hot tub, so
Well, because you're weird.
ain't about it.
Me and Michael go to the hot tub now.
I don't want to be in a stew of people.
Well, there's like when we would go, there would be some people in there, but they wouldn't stay long because it was like an hour before they closed or whatever.
Yeah.
But especially during like a finals week or the beginning of the semester or something, it's like the best time to go because you can just sit there and just chill the fuck out.
It sounds like when there will be the most people, you know?
See, and I work where I work at the school. I work at the rec
Oh, yeah.
where the pool is, and if I had an actual break, that's where you would find me, in that fucking hot tub. I'm just on my break, just in the hot tub.
You'd have to change
And-
back into something dry.
Yeah, into my work clothes.
Yeah, that sounds like an utter pain. And like you'd lose like a lot
then
of
I'd sit
time
there
doing
and-
that shit.
Go back to doing my design work. You know what I mean? That's
Get
how
a-
it usually goes.
Something water resistant to do your work on. And you just get like a floaty and stick it on there.
You know, that's what I thought about having one of my low man's items today being. When I was thinking about it, was like a floaty of some sort, because it's like it's getting
We've done
summertime,
phallic
you know what I mean?
floaties before.
But we have, and I'm pretty sure I've done. That was specifically me, I think. So it's
It
like,
was
I
you.
Can't do that. Yeah,
I
so-
remember the little man's, I think. I think I
Yeah,
called
can't
it
do
phallic
those.
floaties. So
Yeah.
I'm quite lazy when I name the little man's episodes. Those are all me at this point because it's a
Yes.
bit of a pain to ask for
Yeah.
each individual one
Because
to
he's
brainstorm
editing
together.
them at 2:00 in the morning or something. It's like,
Most of the time it's during the day,
oh, okay.
which is
Okay.
odd. You think I wouldn't?
But yeah, like I would be at school, I'm in class. You don't want to ask me, you're not gonna get an answer. So you
Yeah,
just do it
because
yourself.
then I'd have to wait for like the nighttime or the evening
Yeah.
and that we're playing or something, and I'd have to wait for after before. And it
'cause
takes
you
us
forget.
absolutely forever if we're doing it together. And I feel like the results aren't much better at that point. So it's a good time
And we do this for you.
for you.
So leave a fucking like on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good shit. It's good piss. It's good shit.
I'll probably do more of just random videos of clips we talk about shit.
That was
and-
fun. I liked it. That was
Yeah,
fun.
that I'm not specifically talking about the out of context shit. I'm just talking
Yeah.
like if we go on a long topic,
Yeah.
and I'll just take out that segment of the podcast, make it own video.
Yeah.
Try to
That's,
pad the shit.
I think Joe Rogan does that.
That's what most people do.
Well, yeah.
So.
That's what most of them do.
Just means a lot more editing. I gotta find a good workflow for that.
Yeah. Because you gotta have time and...
Yeah, it's just marking out each one and then somehow getting that footage and editing it separately. It's a pain.
Fun. Okay, so last time we recorded, we did this thing, this new little segment. I don't
started this segment.
Yeah. I don't know if we gave it a name or not.
Fuck if I know.
I probably didn't. It's fine.
Well, you came up with it, so it's more likely that they had a name to begin with.
Maybe. I don't fucking remember. Anyways, what we did was we went on Urban Dictionary, and we're like, we'll find a random word, and I found this random word. I'm going to say what it is, and I'm going to ask Hunter what he thinks it means, and then I'm going to explain what it means.
I hate trying to figure out what it means.
Yeah. And we won't explain that every time because it's kind of boring. We haven't recorded in a minute, so I wanted to...
A refresher.
Yeah, I just wanted to get it out there. Okay, so this word, it was a different word before that I picked, but then this word was a subcursor of that word, so I was like, oh, this sounds even funnier. Okay. The word is pink stinker. Could you tell me, Hunter... in 2 words, what a pink stinker could be. Not in 2 words. Actually, the definition is legit 2 words.
An asshole?
An asshole?
Just a butthole, you know? Pink stinker, right?
Close. Flip it around 180.
What?
It's a pussy. It's a fucking vagina. It's a fucking vagina.
Yeah, 180 threw me the hell off.
Yeah, you flip her around.
I was flipping the word in my head.
You go from dog to mish. Doggy to mish. You know what I mean? You get the stink and the pink. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's interesting.
That's the one definition. It also says it could be a vein. Don't know why you'd name a vein the pink stinker. And or a conceited female. So if a female, I think you
like
would call
that one
lesbian
more.
That. I would never call a normal
like a bitchy lesbian.
Yeah, I was about to say I would never call a normal woman that. Like lesbian women aren't normal.
They're not.
I didn't mean it that way. I just meant like I wouldn't call just a woman that in general. I think most lesbian women get called more foul things. So it's like.
It's like a
that
I imagine it as it's a lesbian that's short and a bitch.
I actually when I was at the pool yesterday, this girl, she had the butchiest lesbian haircut I ever seen in my life. Like fucking.
I hate that haircut so fucking much.
And she was a little rotund, and she's swimming in the pool. And for a rotund girl, that she had the brightest pink, tightest fucking bikini on I had seen in my life.
Oh, God.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
I can't find a size for them that fits.
And honestly, this is going to make it sound worse. To me, this girl looked like 16, 17 years old, so I wasn't even really looking at her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I wasn't paying
concerning.
attention. No, every time my little sister brought it up to me because we're talking, and then she's like, hey, where's our other little siblings at? Because we're like, where the fuck did they go? And I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, he's over there. And as I point, that girl like gets right in front of my face. It gives me the most stank kind of look I've ever seen in my life. She was like,
see,
and I was like,
this is why you just don't point in public.
But I didn't I clocked it, but I was like, okay. And then I looked back at my sister. And she's like, did you see the way that girl looked at you? I said, yeah, she looked disgusted about something. And then I said, I think she was looking at me the way people normally look at her. And then she laughed. I felt bad a little bit, but I was like, I don't know why she was looking at me like that. But then I'm afraid she heard me say that because every time anytime I'd see her, she shot me that same glance over and over and over again. So I was like, I'm just gonna try to not
maybe
look
she
at this
did.
person anymore.
See, I avoid pointing in public unless there's absolutely no one in that direction, or I'll just wave in my hand a direction. I'm not pointing at anything. I'm just the
That's
general area.
the thing is that she was when I pointed, and I try not to point that much either, but it is instinct. As you can tell right now, I talk a lot with my hands.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking and I go like that, it's just kind
It's a
of
sign you're gay.
the motion of it. Yes.
Or
But
autistic. One of the two. It's hard to tell between them.
but probably both. But she came as I pointed. She came up from behind me. So like I wasn't even pointing in her direction. She was behind me and then came out from beside me basically.
Maybe she
So I
just
was like,
really hates it when people point.
well, she can hate it all she wants. Maybe she's too used to people pointing at her. And in that case, I should have called her a pink stinker. Because she was wearing this pink ass
Yeah.
fucking, bikini, tight ass bikini. She looked like the inside of a pig's asshole. And I didn't want to see her anymore. So I
Yeah.
pointed at her. No, I didn't point at her. But the
Point and laugh.
the sentence that goes with this Urban Dictionary word is, while bending over, her pink stinker was revealed. Which is just like, what the fuck?
Yes, the thing that happens on the daily.
Yeah, there's some other definitions, but they're not as funny.
And a lot of the definitions are just like sentences are quite boring,
Yeah.
which is disappointing in itself. But that's fine.
Yeah. I wasn't even gonna go swimming yesterday, but then I was like, yeah, I'll go, and then we went and had a good time. It was a wave pool. It was pretty cool.
See, I'd
Yeah, just got
love
to sit there and kind
to
of
go swimming
around.
more often, but it's just kind of I would be going by myself.
Yeah, see, that's my thing, and like the pool that's around us, like
Sucks.
closer to us.
I'd love to do lap swimming.
I don't like going to that pool because there's normally a lot of kids, and
Yeah.
every pool's gonna have a lot of kids. But like that one,
We don't
It's
got
like-
good pools nearby. Like we have a YMCA, but that shit is expensive as fuck.
I've never been there.
I
never
had
been to a
swim lessons
single-
when I was younger. I don't think I, learned
I've
a single
ever
thing there.
been in a YMCA. I just know the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Trump
looked
anthem.
at the yearly subscription to just the pool.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I was like, fuck.
Might as well get a Costco card at that point.
Yeah, because I would love to just normally often do lap swimming. That'd be great. Even during the winter, which the indoor pool is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
Get
can't
cardio in
you
it.
can't do that at really any pool that we have nearby, lap swimming. So
No.
unfortunate.
Just go back to the school. You know what I mean? Go swimming in that pool.
Drive
that
hours
pool. Yeah.
each time
Just
I want to
go
go
do that.
swimming. That'd be a real pain.
Yeah, it probably would be. Yeah, for anybody asking, school went great. School year's over. We're like almost
Pass all your classes.
Yeah. I think I got all A's, which is first time in.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is first time since I've been in school, which is pretty crazy. Because it was like, it's normally A's and B's. And my first 2 years, it was like majority B's with a few A's, and then the last semester, and then like second semester last year, it was like more A's than B's. And I finally got all them A's. I was trying to keep it up there. And my advisor, my freshman year, first semester, I got a C, a straight 70, in my fucking first art history class. And every time I meet with her, she brings it up. And every time I'm like, you brought that up last time. You
Yep.
keep bringing it up. And she's like, oh, I forgot. I'm like, come on.
Darn.
No.
Anyways, we want to do the little man's big man's?
Yeah.
At this
yeah,
point,
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
little
yeah.
man's, but little man's big
Yeah,
man.
we don't. It's hard to do big man
It's
stuff.
become one store. That's the thing.
It
like, it was
became one
separate
store very
before.
quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly, it became one store. Because it was
Because
separate.
before it was like separate but connected sort of thing.
Hmm.
Like like a gas station Subway or something, It's-
Yes. Yes, or like a KFC Taco Bell.
I have never seen that in my life.
You haven't?
No, I didn't know that existed.
I remember the first time I seen it, I
That's
died laughing.
strange.
And now I see them not often, but more than what you should.
If I ever saw it, I'd go in. I don't think
yeah.
I'd get anything, but I'd go in.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I seen online a video where it was a Little Caesars attached to a KFC.
Odd. I would love to just sit there right where the doors switch between and just see some fat dude that's ordered at one place walk through the door and order at the
my
other.
God. Not to change subject too far, I want to get into little man stuff,
Yeah.
but our freshman year of high school, so this was this is a good 6 or 7 years ago now. I don't remember how long it's been since we were freshmen.
Wow.
A while. I went on a Canada trip. I went on a trip to Canada, a school trip, and this kid named Matthew, who sooner than later became Luna, was on that trip. And Luna, who I'm sure you've heard us talk about before,
Yeah.
decided when we were leaving, the bus stopped at like this plaza of just like, fast food places, whatever. And like me and Josh and Michael and Zane, we went and got McDonald's. I still have the cup that I got from McDonald's from Canada, right?
Interesting.
And we eat and we get on the bus. Luna gets on the bus. He had something from McDonald's, fucking
No.
Taco Bell, fucking
You know what?
KFC,
I'll give him the benefit of the
fucking
doubt.
Wendy's.
He was just trying to sample all the different ones from Canada.
But this was the thing. He went to a Little Caesars and had a pizza with him too.
Oh my
Or
god.
he went to some pizza place and had a pizza with him too. And he went. There was a grocery store in that plaza area. He went into the grocery store and tried to get a bag of milk. He told us that. He tried to get a bag of milk.
Bag of milk has got to be the worst way to contain fucking milk. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
saw
they have
some
like specific
Microsoft thing.
containers.
Yeah,
that
it
they
was
put
a
in it.
Microsoft product that squeezes out all the milk out of the bag. You
Ew,
don't
ew.
get the milk all the way out. You know how much milk you leave in a fucking bag?
Yeah. Ew.
Awful.
I get all the milk out of the carton though, to the drop.
Exactly.
Yeah, but not
It's
a
just
bag.
terrible way to contain liquid.
Yeah, it's you think it's cool when you're younger, but then when
Yeah,
you're older
it's
and you
niche,
think about it, you're like,
right? It's
yeah.
nifty, but it's like
Yeah.
that seems wholly impractical.
yeah. Okay.
Little man's big man's. Who wants to go first?
I can, I guess.
Is this your
think-
better or worse product?
I only have the one. I only
Oh,
have the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I only got the one.
Oh yeah, that's
so-
right. We're doing just the one. I completely
Yeah.
forgot about that. We filmed the 2
Already?
episodes a month. Yeah. My
Yeah.
short-term memory ain't great.
Yeah.
Neither is long-term. But we're doing the one little man's a month now. So
Yes. So when we record the episodes that come out every other week, we record them back to back, and so the first one that we record will normally have the little man's in it. Now the second one just won't.
well, yeah.
We got to slow down on one of them for a little bit. We're running out of shit.
It's hard to come up
Running
with
out of shit.
ideas.
Yeah, we're not too creative anymore. That's what all that meth and crack does to you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It fucks
Hollows
you up.
out your brain.
Fucks you up. Okay. So my product, I thought I would, I thought I would combine two characters' jobs together. Like, let them collaborate a little bit, if that makes
Okay.
sense. Okay, so, you got Mr. Skin,
Yes.
which Mr. Skin is this old, like, we
The-
don't know how old.
Mystical creature.
Yeah, dude, that, like, he
Bald.
fucking,
Completely bald. Not a single hair on his body.
but he sells skin furniture and
Anything skin related.
Yeah,
he
skin
does it.
stuff.
He's
And
just
then
got
we
his
got-
own skincare brand, you know?
Yeah, he got a lot of stuff.
It's right at
And
the
then
checkout with him.
we got Lil Chunk. And
Yes.
Lil Chunk is our guy. He was we had an In-N-Out in the little man's store, and then we turned it into Lil Chunks.
Yes.
Lil Chunks, and that's his name too, Lil
Little
Chunk. And
chunks
it's his
just
Lil
sounds
Chunk.
like vomit.
Yeah, and he sells meat. We got our own little like deli place in
Yeah,
there.
it's
He
he
has a
butchers
food
the
truck.
animal in front of you if you want.
Yeah, he has a
Pay
food
a couple
truck,
dollars extra. He'll get them out of
little
the bag.
dogs.
Yeah,
Everything like that. So Mr.
at all the
Skin,
fairs.
yeah, he sells popsicles and corn dogs.
Yes, corn
And college
dogs
student-
filled with meat.
College students love him and those fucking corn dogs.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
They do. They do. They love it.
He's erotic.
But they decided to collaborate on this item that I came up with, right? So this item is a human skin condom. So
Why is little
so-
Trunk involved in this?
okay, I gotta explain. So Mr. Skin obviously uses skin
Yes,
because it's made up of skin. And he probably uses foreskin.
of course.
And then while Lil Chunk how Lil Chunk is related to this, he uses sausage links.
Yeah.
The little fat skin that comes
Yeah.
in. He has so much of that after he's done sucking out the tube of the sausage link. They also use that, and they use that
Blend
as the
it
inside.
together. Oh, okay.
No, they use it as the inside, and then you put the skin on the outside.
So
then
it
it's
looks
the
like you
skin.
just have normal foreskin again.
Yep.
Or do you imagine if you
But
had
it's-
foreskin already and you put some other foreskin on top of it?
Yeah,
It like
but-
doesn't match the color of your skin at all. Like it's say you're
thought-
a pasty white dude and it's some black dude's foreskin.
Yeah, it's black.
That'd be
it's black
hilarious.
dude's Foreskin.
You could
If
pick
it's
your
Asian
color.
Dudes, if it's that's the
Actually,
thing,
no, they
too.
give you literally any race that isn't you.
but it might not fit. If it's a black dude's foreskin, it might be
Well-
too big.
Look, they come in a variety of sizes.
Or if it's an Asian dude's, it might be too small. You never know. Hey, and I'm just going off stereotypes here. I'm not
You
saying
can
anything.
find an Asian dude with a big cock. You can also find a black dude with a small cock.
Yep, go to Reddit. I'm sure it's on there.
Big balls versus small balls. That's what I
I'm
think
sure
of
it's on
every
there.
time.
I'm sure it's on there.
I
Everything.
couldn't even find the original picture, which was so sad because it was
We just
hilarious. This dude
I
had
randomly found it one day.
yeah,
Just
dude had
randomly
like
found it.
tiny fucking. I don't even know what size to compare him to. It was
Legit.
horrible.
Okay, me and Hunter are in our dorm room, and I'm laughing about this thing, and he's like, "What are you laughing about?" And I was like, "So imagine this dude with really small nuts is right beside this dude with really big fucking nuts, and they were both fucking chicks at the same time, but it's like the dude with the small. It was hilarious, and I showed him, and yeah,
Well,
and the dude-
we found a picture of dudes
Yeah.
sitting beside each other.
yeah.
I swear, the one dude's balls were like this fucking long.
Like
They were,
ostrich egg.
yeah, they were huge.
huge goose egg motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Like
Then the other dude
inconvenient
was
size.
like marble. You know what I mean? Like it was like googly eye. You know what I mean? Like
Both
what?
would be absolutely unfortunate to have.
Yeah, fuck that.
Because imagine if you had those fucking huge ass balls. Pants would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
You'd have to wear loose shorts and sweatpants all the time. And people would still see your balls move.
Oh yeah,
And
and
it
then they'd
would
be like,
be
"What the fuck
so-
is that in your pants?"
Yeah, you think your balls gotta support the weight of those fuckers?
I would just
The
become
sack
fat.
would strangle.
I would get fat at that point.
I
I
feel
would,
like
'cause
you'd
you
run
know-
into other issues at that rate.
Well, no, because you know, like the really obese people, they love to shove their fat into their pants, like
Yeah.
really shove it in there.
Yeah,
The nuts just look like a
They're
loose blob
consumed.
of the fucking
fat
loose
holds
blob
the
of
nuts.
the fat. Yeah. So it kind of blend in a little bit there. You wouldn't have just this random fucking massive fucking
it'd be
in your
really hard to
pants.
clean your balls then,
Yeah.
because you got to clean the layers of fat already, and then you got to somehow reach your massive fucking balls.
They make chairs in the shower for a reason.
How would someone react if you pulled down your pants? You got giant balls.
I don't know. If I was
Would
if
they be
I was a-
impressed or be like, "That looks stupid as fuck"?
if I was a woman, if I was
Yeah,
a woman,
as a
and
woman,
I
yeah.
pulled dude down
Or
a
like,
dude's pants,
you know, as you are now, a gay twink.
and I pulled down this dude's pants,
In your sailor
his-
costume.
and his nuts are the size of my fucking head, like as a collective,
I'd lose my shit.
I'd laugh. I'd
Exactly.
laugh so hard.
Do you imagine being
So
that
hard.
dude though? The shame
Yeah.
you would feel. It's
I'd be
this
trying to.
little twink dude in a sailor costume laughing his ass off at your giant nuts. He got dressed up for you, and now he's laughing at you
Yeah.
as he's in the demeaning position.
Because you got some disgusting ass, gigantic ass nuts. Like, you know, it's not bad to have some decent size.
Or you imagine this twink dude
Massive,
pulls
that's
down your
crazy.
pants and he sees Marvel-sized nuts. You couldn't recover from that.
Yeah, that's even worse. Well, I mean,
Like the twink dude, he's spilling out of his tight ass sailor costume.
yeah.
And you got
Yeah.
Marvel-sized balls. You wouldn't spill. He's spilling.
Yeah. No, I'd leave. I'd be like,
As the twink.
yeah, fuck that. I'd leave. Like, I'd be sitting there laughing so
Oh,
hard I
fuck.
couldn't be able to do nothing. I'd just
Just
leave.
imagine the twink, his balls are spilling out of the sailor costume. He's laughing his ass
They're
off. at your-
hanging.
Yeah.
They're
At
hanging.
your tiny ass balls. And
know,
he
I get
just
pretty-
walks out.
I get pretty vulnerable on here, and I don't care. And you know, I was in the shower the other day, and I realized my left nut hangs lower down than my right.
Oh yeah,
And
I think that's the normal. Like one
I
always
thought it was the
hangs
right.
lower.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
always thought it was
fucking
the
know. I
right.
think it's the left. I don't really pay attention to which one
See,
hangs
and
lower.
I think we've maybe talked about this before, and I
probably
was
have
like, I think
on
they
the
hang out
podcast.
this. I think they hang out the same because I always think
No,
they
I'm
did for a
pretty
long
sure
time.
one hangs lower than the other normally.
But this one, I fucking seen it the other day. It's fucking drooping. It's down.
I remember
farther than the
hearing of somebody where their balls would get stuck inside them and they'd have to dig in with their finger to get it out. I thought that sounds painful.
Like,
And they're like,
like
it doesn't hurt. It's just uncomfortable.
their nuts would get stuck. Inside
Yeah,
their
and they'd
body.
go inside their body, right? And they wouldn't
Like they were
come back
fat?
down.
Like they were so fat that it was like
No,
stuck
it wasn't
inside
that they were fat. It just, they'd get stuck.
Oh, like their nuts were so like sucked up. Like,
Yeah, like they get
They
caught
wouldn't
or
sag.
something. Yeah.
like they wouldn't sag. They just kind of whoop.
My guess
me in a
is
cold
like
pool.
is when your balls are hyper cold
Yeah.
and it just kind of really shrivels up, but then it just doesn't come back down.
you got to pull them out.
So your ball
That's-
sack is sagging, right? But there ain't no balls in it because they're stuck up there.
It's funny.
And you got to reach down the finger, pull them out.
I remember learning what clacking was or whatever from a kid. His name, you know, Wesley.
That would clack.
He was, yeah. He's like, do you know? He was fucking. My cousin Trevor was like, Wesley can clack. I'm like, what the fuck is what? He can clack, and he's like, yeah, Wesley, show him. And he just starts swinging his body, right? You could just his nuts, smacking off his fucking legs. It was the most disgusting thing in the world. I was like, what the fuck? And
Sounds
we're like 12.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
As a 12-year-old doing that shit.
Well, and he's like a year younger than us, so he's like 11 doing that.
I feel like you gotta have some
12-year-old.
good sag to do that, and that's
Yeah, that's what I'm
mainly
assuming. I
it.
was like, but he's 11 and he's sagging like that. That's
he
a
trained
little
his balls.
crazy.
He put
Come
weights on them.
Something, taking cold showers or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh fuck! I couldn't even remember if you said your product or not.
Yeah,
Like,
I
we
did.
went on a tangent. I was like, oh yeah, the foreskin condom thing.
Yeah, skin condoms. You know,
Skindom.
because some skindom condoms. Because
Skin them
guys will say that it feels different.
with skin
You know, no, because it
on their
feels
con-
different with the condom on and the
Yeah,
condom
you
off,
still got a condom on.
obviously.
This does not change that.
But in your head, it looks like
Oh,
you
like
don't.
the
So maybe
mental trick, you know.
yeah,
As
like
you
the
got
hand trick. You know what I mean? You cover the hand, you put a fake hand there, and you
Yeah.
hit a hammer on it.
as you got this black dude's foreskin on your white dude body. As you're in the sailor costume.
I forgot about that part of the thing. Yeah. Okay.
All right, mine.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty nifty, but we'll see how she goes. Guys, I was thinking like rubber ducks, right? That was the first
Okay.
thing that popped in my head. So I got a Dunk BDSM starter kit. It's BDSM starter kit, duck themed. So
Okay.
I got some listed shit. This is a lot of shit actually. The quack
Okay.
collar. It's got a little duck charm on it. Of course, right?
Uh-huh.
Feet and wait, why'd I write feet? All right. Oh yeah, duck feet. Yeah, that's what it was meaning. Feet and wing, hand and foot like cuffs sort of thing
Okay.
for restraint, of course. The
Yeah.
beak ball gag. It's a beak that goes out of your mouth. If you bite down, it quacks. And you know, it comes with a little manual, you know, to set the rules for your beginner BDSM. That
Yeah.
thing's called pond rules, you know? It looks
Okay.
childish because it got a little duck on it and it's pond
Yeah.
rules, right? It's lists all your
Mhm.
rules. And then you get a little thing, it's a scent, you know, something like vanilla, but it's just called the pond. You know, you don't want your BDS room smelling like sweat or something. You want it to smell
Yeah.
fresh,
Like a pond.
like the pond. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Okay, I got questions.
All right, let's hear them.
Would you put this stuff on a duck?
That would be extremely difficult. Honestly, you probably would suffocate it with the ball gag thing. So you could put it
Okay,
on
so
a
don't
dead
put it-
duck.
Don't put it on a duck.
I,
That's what we're
I, you shouldn't, but you know,
Okay.
you can.
So you can look like a duck, but don't put it on a duck.
Exactly.
Okay. And two. This is actually off topic. Never mind.
Dude, I still want to hear it at this point.
Okay.
Don't
so,
blue ball me.
Well, this is
Mr.
just
Sailor.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense with like the duck thing. When Theo Vaughn had Cat Williams on his podcast, they were talking about ducks, and they showed a picture of a black duck, and
Oh, I've
Theo
seen
Vaughn
this.
goes, "Oh, that's a Mallard Luther King Jr. duck right there."
The comment I
That's-
saw on that was, "It's impressive to make Cat Williams laugh."
Yeah, because he
Like
he
that's
normally
quite a medal.
he'll laugh at his own shit,
Yeah.
obviously, and he'll laugh at other people's shit, but he really
Yeah, he was struggling there.
yeah, because like when he went on Joe Rogan's podcast, like that's like my favorite podcast of Joe's, just because the shit they talked about was so mind-boggling.
I would love to watch any Cat Williams podcast.
When he was on his run of doing them, every time he's on a podcast that I watch it because it's the best. Just what they get into.
Sometimes just watch any podcast I see him on.
I just love watching clips. Like, I used to love watching his comedy specials in general, but then like he started blowing up again because clips would like resurface of him like roasting the fuck out of these like just people in general.
Yeah.
Or like this. He was on like this radio talk show or whatever the fuck, and him and this lady that worked on this talk show is like going at it. She's talking about how he went to jail, blah blah blah, and he was like, "You got fake jewelry on, whatever." Like he's roasting the absolute fuck out of her, and she thought she was winning. He's like, "You're not winning. I'm winning."
It's the confidence that wins.
That was a good episode, just because Theo was able to get him to crack so many times. It was
It's because Theo is weird.
And when he said that
random shit.
Yeah, he's weird. He was on he had a podcast with Donald Trump, and he was talking to him about cocaine or doing drugs and alcohol. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like he talks about real life shit.
And it is crazy that Trump even considered going on Theo Vaughn out of anyone's.
What he says now is that it was his son that was like, "You need to
go
on this podcast."
Yeah, it was ingenious.
See, and that's why I think, I say this now, I don't think, like, young white men like us and young men in general in this country, you can't get mad at us liberals for voting for Trump if we did, because we were scandaled into it. We're just
Joe
watching
Rogan
our favorite.
Tricked us.
Yeah, we're just watching our favorite podcast, and then they happen to get on there, and we're like, "Yeah, well, because where'd you see Kamala at? The Call Your Daddy podcast or whatever."
It was a really weak one. She probably would have done a lot better if she actually went on Rogan.
And he wanted her to, but she had weird accommodations.
Yeah, the rules.
He was like, "We're doing it in my studio," and she's like, "I want you to come here, and we're gonna do it for 35 minutes." And blah, blah. He's like, "No."
Yeah, the time limit shit sucks so much. I remember people were worried that there would be a time limit on the Trump one,
and it was like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it went on. Oh,
and
wow.
Trump was like, "I'll be back. I want to do more. I want to talk more."
I didn't even watch it.
Well, that was like Rogan's whole thing with if he was gonna have Kamala on, was that he wanted to do time where he could talk to her as a person. He didn't give a fuck about the politics. Obviously, she could talk.
The appeal of the Joe Rogan podcast was.
Yeah, she could talk about her politics on there because he was willing to let Trump do that. He'd let her do that too, but like he wanted to get to know her as a person. And she wanted to be like, "No, I'm only going to give you 30 minutes or whatever the fuck." Yeah. It's like that. I can't do that in 30 minutes. I can't do none of that in 30 minutes. You're just going to talk about your campaign.
Seems like she just really didn't want to fit in the podcast culture where it's just like really lighthearted, casual.
I think it's because Trump was doing it that obviously her PR team or whatever is like, "You got to do it."
Yeah, because it was working.
Podcast. You got to do. Yeah, you got to do podcasts. So
that just seemed like Trump's avenue since he's been on TV a lot.
Oh,
he's just he's willing to chill.
Like The Apprentice was a pretty good show. I'm pretty sure that's.
I haven't seen any of it.
Just clips that I would see. He was funny. He was so funny during it.
He's been on a lot of comedic shit. He went on that one thing where people just roasted him.
Yeah. Yeah,
he likes comedy stuff.
I think Snoop Dogg might have been at that roast too. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember specifically whose roast that was on. That might have been Trump's roast. I don't know though, because they normally do they'll do a roast of a specific person and then they'll bring the most recent one was Tom Brady.
See, I never really fully watched that shit. I just figured each individual person that's there gets their turn to be fucking roasted.
Yes. Okay. Each person gets roasted and each person gets to give a roast.
Yeah.
And it's but the ones back in the day, like in the early 2010s, those were the crazy ones. That like that shit
Yeah,
was
I bet
crazy,
they went
whatever the fuck.
harder.
Like the comedians would really have the funny shit, but the random people that weren't comedians, they would have the out of pocket shit that was
Yeah.
like, why the fuck would you say that? That's why it's funny, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But now, like with the Tom Brady one, it was like it was a lot of like these football players, obviously, that either had written their own jokes and had them workshopped with like other writers or comedians or whatever, or
sounds
they just
boring.
kind of went up there and said whatever. But like most of them had like a planned out list of whatever the fuck they were saying, which all of them do forever and always. But it's like,
Yeah. But I'm imagining football players trying to do the delivery on
yeah,
pre-scripted jokes.
Gronk's was like every time he's been, because I think there's been a few times he's been on the like on that roasting kind of show, his usually bomb, just because he's like Gronk was a tight end for the Patriots, and he's like 6'7" or whatever the fuck, like big dude, but he's kind of like he's fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Like he's a big
Classic
dummy
football
kinda.
player.
Yeah, but he kind of embraces that too, and he's kind of smart, but he's really dumb, and that's what like a lot of his like what people would make fun of him for.
Yeah.
Be like you're fucking stupid kind of thing. But then he would be making his jokes, and he would like fuck him up or whatever. It's just like okay. You're not doing the best, not doing the greatest. But I love watching this. They're great.
I think we end her there.
Well, don't you got stuff you got to do?
Oh, fuck
the
yeah.
dates
I
up?
wanted to mention, just because it wasn't so much to mark the dates, I just saw on there D-Day.
D-Day is on tomorrow,
Yeah.
June 6th.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
forgot.
either. I just saw it and I was like, oh shit, is it
And that's
actually?
every
And I looked
year.
it up. Yeah.
That's every year the same day.
every
How do you
year.
forget that.
It was also Yo-Yo, Donut, Applesauce Cake Day.
I don't know. Okay.
Those are the main mentionables.
Yeah, we're recording this on Thursday.
Yeah.
I keep thinking tomorrow's Saturday. I've legit said it like 5 or 6 times today. I'm like,
you ain't
yeah,
got
tomorrow's
school
Saturday.
to regulate what day it
I've
is.
been off.
Yeah.
Since I haven't been working or anything, I've been off.
I find even when
You-
working, if it's like you get a random schedule every week, you
Yeah.
just stop keeping track of what day of the week it is because you could work any day.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's annoying. Okay. D-Day.
D-Day.
Thank you for your the troops.
Thank you
what to
for your
say.
service.
Thank you for your service on the D-Day. Did most of those people die?
Depends on the
can't
beach,
remember.
but
Oh, yeah.
at this point they're too old. That's the thing.
Or they're dead. Yeah, they're dead.
Oh my god, I saw a thing where a Holocaust survivor was lit on fire.
What?
It was some like crazy dude with a
he just-
Molotov, and he lit the dude on fire.
And this is an old ass Holocaust survivor.
Yeah, I think it was a Holocaust survivor, or it was just like at an event commemorating Holocaust
People are fucking-
survivors. Yeah.
People are crazy. I do want to just say one thing real quick because that just reminded me. I seen a video during Memorial Day that just happened like last week or the week before.
Yeah, I think it was last week.
There was a guy at some parade where he was booing and giving thumbs down to all the veterans that were riding through the fucking Memorial Day parade. Like he was yelling, like during the video. It was on my TikTok and I think even on Twitter. But the dude was like, in the clip, it's like some Vietnam like truck and they're like Vietnam whatever, and there's Vietnam veterans in the truck, and he was like, you didn't even do shit during Vietnam, you know, whatever the fuck. He's like shitting on the war in general, and he's just like giving him thumbs down and booing him. I'm like, that's. And he has people sitting by on him just acting like that's normal. That's crazy. I was like, okay, this dude needs like put down.
Surprised no one yelled at him.
Nobody. I don't think any. I didn't watch because it was a longer video. I didn't watch the full video. I just seen like the clips of it. So maybe somebody said something. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that Holocaust survivor shit was crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I think it was really recent. But yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yes. Socials.
Oh, yeah. Check us out on here on YouTube. You can subscribe and leave a like on this video while you're at it if you're already here. Hope you enjoyed. And then we also got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, and Twitter. There we go.
Yeah.
Boom. It's been a minute. I almost forgot it. Twitter, even though I was just talking about it. Ni hao.
Ni hao. Kailan.
Yeah, I bowed. And ni hao. There you go.
All right.
Kidding, I didn't bow.
It was a slight technically, but
Okay.
thanks for watching.
Yes.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and good night.
Goodbye.